Okay, so there haven't been any videos on Pebble for a while, so I thought I would just do a quick updated cage tour. Nothing major. You can see she's still in the same cage, and it's just kind of, I've cleaned it out today and moved some things around, so I thought I would show you. So this is what her cage looks like with the lid on. As you can see, it's a homemade bin cage. I can't remember the dimensions, somewhere around 80 centimetres by 30 or 40, I honestly can't remember, and I'm not sure the height. But I do have a video on it that I'll put a link on the screen now, and I tell you a little bit more about it there. So this is what it looks like. As you can see from the top, this is where her sort of air hole is. As you can see, I cut out a lovely rectangle and have bolted in a couple of grids there to act as our bars, because I wanted there to be nice narrow bars on the top, because Pebble does have a habit of escaping out of bars, and these ones she never has been able to get out of because they are for a dwarf pen that you can put dwarf hamsters in, so that's great. And on the lid you can see that her Sputnik is there. Okay, so the first and main change is that I've taken this hut out. As you can see, it's a really large hut. It's actually for guinea pigs. I bought it for the babies around about Christmas time. I can put a link to the haul where I got that in, and it was from Zoo Plus. So I've taken that out. I'm actually going to disinfect this and put this aside, and I don't know, either the guinea pigs will get it or she'll get it again when the weather's a little bit cooler. But it's a bit warm for her. She really stuffs this full of sawdust and bedding, and it's just a little bit warm for her to be doing things like that, so I wanted to give her a smaller hut. Okay, so I'm a firm believer in using the things that you have around the house. There's absolutely no reason for a hamster to cost you a lot of money, or you to spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on cages. I know that's something I've done, and it's something I'm never going to do ever again, because as you can tell, it's been a waste of my money. I've had Pebble for about 9 months and she's been in 3 or 4 cages. This is the first one that's worked out really well, so now I'm really on to kind of using what I have around the house, because buying expensive things makes no difference to your hamster. They don't care whether you spend £50 or £500. They really don't, so you may as well spend 50 pence. So this is what I've changed her box to. Obviously, it wasn't free. It came with smoothies in it. I don't know how much the smoothies cost, but this was, you know, under £3, I imagine, for a box of 4 kids' smoothies, because I'm a big baby. So I kept the box, and you can go in it from the top, but I've closed the top because it's likely that she will stand on it. And then you can see it already had a hole on the front. I just made it slightly bigger because she's a Syrian hamster, quite a large one. And then I stuffed it with a little bit of sawdust at the bottom because it is a cardboard box, so just to absorb if she does do any piddling in it. And then I've put in some snowflake bedding. If you're not sure what the snowflake bedding is, this is what it is. It's snowflake paper bedding, and it's just basically made from paper, and it's perfectly safe. If they get it stuck in their pouches, it will just dissolve and they'll digest it quite easily. You can pick this up in Morrison's in the UK, and I also got this in Home Bargains. Okay, so the second thing she's got in her cage is her sand bath. I don't keep a sand bath in permanently. Maybe every second time I clean out her cage. So I clean out her cage every 3 to 4 weeks. So this time she'll be getting her sand bath, and obviously I'll take it out, clean it out if she does her business in that, or it gets dusty or full of dusty. It's already dusty. If it gets full of sawdust or dirty or anything like that. But otherwise, she gets to keep this until the next time her cage gets cleaned out, and then I'll take out her sand bath a couple of weeks, and then she'll get it back in. Syrian hamsters, some love a sand bath, so some don't. You have to kind of gauge that on your hamster. Pebble really doesn't use a sand bath. That's why I don't give her it that often. But some hamsters love a good roll in the sand. Currently in her sand bath is this chinchilla dusting powder. I didn't actually buy this. I was given this from someone who no longer has a hamster. I wasn't 100% sure if they could have dusting powder, but on looking that up, just did a quick Google of it, dusting powder is fine. You can use powder and sand, but do avoid dust. Like, you can use this dusting powder, just ignore the kind of dusting word, but this is powder. You can use powder, you can use sand, but you can't use dust because it can block their respiratory system. Okay, so over in this corner, I've made it kind of higher up, the sawdust, sort of, so she can burrow, as you can see there. She is a digger, so she does enjoy that, and I've just stuck a couple of willow sticks in there. She's not big on willow sticks, but perhaps she'll eat them this time, who knows. And then she's got her log arch. I've actually strategically placed it here so she can climb up to her Sputnik, because Pebble doesn't actually use the Sputnik, but she does like to hang from the bar. She's a little trapeze artist. And then she's got a tunnel that's covered over in sawdust, so again she has to burrow and tunnel. Her wheel, because unfortunately I broke her larger one. This is a large, what make is this? Carly wheel maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm really not sure. Again, I'll link you to the video where I got that. This was just going to be for playtime, but unfortunately the other wheel, it's not broken, but it has these metal clips that go on it, and I wasn't able to get them back on, so this one's fine for now. In the corner she's got her food bowl, she's got her water bottle, but I think I do actually need to raise that a little bit. It's quite low to the ground for a Syrian, so I shall do that sometime. If you want a tutorial on how to attach a water bottle to a hamster bin cage, I can do that. Of course you would need the kind of clip that I'm using, but I'm sure you can fashion something else yourself. And then in the corner she's got her litter, which actually has play sand in it, because I have a load of it from when I was making a natural hamster bin cage. Again, I'll link that on the screen now so you can see what I mean by a natural cage. And yes, I'm just using that up because when I put in hamster litter, she just kicks it all out and then she stores it in her bed for some reason. So it's a bit of a waste of money. So again, that's just something else you might have in your house. If you have children, you might have some play sand and beautifully strategically placed droppings to encourage her to go there. So that's basically all that's in there right now. Because I've taken out the larger house, I am going to put in a few more of her toys, but I haven't actually fished them out because I stored them all away in a box in the garage. So the next time you see her cage, there might be a few alterations, a few more toys, chews, that kind of thing. But for the moment, that's what's in her cage. Okay, so I've rescued Pebble from her ball, and as you can see, I was about to tell you that she actually wasn't squawking at me anymore. Fail. So I'm going to put her in the cage so that she stops freaking out because I'm holding her. As you can see, she still doesn't like my voice, she still doesn't like me holding her, so Pebble is destined to live out her final years as a little feral bin cage hamster. Fortunately, she just completely showed me up, but she doesn't bite and she's quite friendly. She just doesn't want to be in my company. So I'll just let you see her have a little explore of her cage, and then that'll be a goodbye from me. Actually, she's not going to explore her cage, is she? She's just going to stuff her face. Whenever I clean out Pebble's cage, she completely stuffs a whole food bowl of food into her pouches and goes and hides it because obviously she thinks I'm going to steal it. Rather than kind of taking what she needs and hoarding it and coming back for more, she likes to just kind of blitz the bowl and make sure I can't get it back. So I'll see what she does, let you have a little look of her exploring around her cage, and that'll be goodbye from me.